going to begin by getting rid of all the unintentional and stray marks off of our clay. The goal here is to get a perfectly smooth, clean surface, so it's almost like a blank canvas to lay texture down on. Using your thumb is a great way to burnish the surface, especially if you have a grogged surface like you see us using here. Using your thumb will push that grog back into the surface and leave you with the fine particles of clay on the top. If you use a lot of water or a sponge on a grogged body, it'll pull away the fine clay particles and leave you with just the grog and a rough surface. So we want to be careful not to use too much water and use our thumb or a hard surface to burnish the clay. If you need to use a little water on a paintbrush to get in a small area, that's okay. But we want to avoid using a sponge that would pull away all the fine materials of clay. It's okay to get a little creative and use some non-conventional tools. Like I'm using this pen right here to make those little circles where the little tiny little bananas hang off on the banana stem. Just get creative. Whatever you can find to do the job, use it. Going back to those banana flowers for inspiration, and I'm going to sketch my lines on my leaves. If you make a mistake while you're sketching, it's so easy just to go back and rub away your mistakes. So I really like to just sketch it on there with a pencil. This is a dull colored pencil, just to get my ideas across. I can make any changes, and then I carve it in using the Sgraffito tool or any other tool that you like to carve with. I love to carve with these Sgraffito tools. My favorite thing about them is that you can alter the pressure to change the line quality and thickness. My original idea was to have these lines curving around on the larger leaves and tapering off. And later on in this video, you can see I didn't like the way that it looked. So I completely changed it. But that's one of the beauties about, making artwork, is that you can change your ideas as you move on and your ideas evolve. And you just got to go with it. After looking at this a lot, I just didn't like all the space in between the lines. The lines just weren't working for me. And I thought if I just put the lines a lot closer and fill that with the linear texture, then I would like that a little bit more. So I decided to leave a thick border to get some contrast between the smoothness of the the smoothness of the leaf and the texture that I did on the bottom of the banana flower and the texture of the lines, and just fill in the rest with these linear curved lines. And I'm just so happy I did that. I just wasn't happy with it before, and just making that one change really brought this into something I really liked. So it's okay to make changes as you go along. And finally, this one's going to get finished off with a little thick and slip trailing here with the mustard bottle. Awesome. And finally, you must have a hole in yours. Otherwise, as the clay shrinks, the increased pressure in your form can cause it to crack, or even worse, the moisture in the air as the kiln reaches 212 degrees can expand and explode your piece in the kiln. No good. Put a hole in it. That'll bring part 4 to a close. I will see you in part 5, where we will explore some finishing techniques using some underglaze. Should be a great time. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.